I'm afraid to tell you, and it distresses me to tell you, that it is complete. Well, a warm welcome to today's talk, Saturday the 22nd of October. Now, there's a rumour going around that scientists in Boston in the United States have made a new SARS coronavirus 2, and instead of killing essentially 0% of the mice it infects, it kills 80% of the mice it infects. Could this rumour possibly be true? I'm afraid to tell you, and it distresses me to tell you, that it is completely true. I find this unbelievable, outrageous arrogance, but we'll take a look at it and unpick it, and we will be looking at the scientific paper, of course. Now, this is the paper here. It's actually in the form of a preprint at the moment, but given that it's pre-printed, it probably will be peer-reviewed shortly. But of course, this does mean that the research took place. It's unlikely that they're lying about this research taking place. So this is actually happening. Now, this is the most incredible, in my view, gain-of-function research. We've gone from killing none of the mice to killing 80% of the mice. Now, okay, it might not be that bad if it escapes into people. It might only kill 40% of the people that infects, or 4% of the people it infects. We don't know. But playing with this sort of virus, to me, is just unbelievable. So let's have a look at it, and you make your own mind up. Don't let me prejudice you too much. Now, this is enhanced potential pandemic pathogen research. So they're looking at these research. It's a SARS coronavirus 2. So what they've essentially done here is, we all know about the SARS coronavirus 2 here. And it's got these spike proteins on it, hasn't it, like that? I think we know this well now. So what they've done actually here is they've taken one of the original Wuhan type viruses, which is a different type of virus. And essentially they've taken the spike proteins off the original Wuhan type virus. And they've put on some of the new Omicron type spike proteins. And they find out this combination has made it 80%, basically 80% more deadly to mice. So what this means is it's not just the spike protein that make the virus deadly, it's also the genetics and the proteins in the rest of the virus that make it deadly. It's that combination. So that's quite an interesting scientific finding, not too surprising. But basically what they've done is they've mixed up two viruses and come up with this new one that has a massively higher function. This is surely gain of function research that we've been so worried about. Now, what do other people think about it? Professor Shapira, lead scientist, Israeli government. This should be totally forbidden. It's playing with fire. I agree 100%. Dr. Richard Edbright, New Brunswick. The research is a clear example of gain of function research, so good to see the doctor here agrees. If we're able to avoid a next lab-generated pandemic, this is pretty serious talk. Another lab-generated pandemic, assuming we've had one to begin with. Really quite serious talk. It's imperative that oversight of enhanced potential pandemic pathogen research be strengthened. Now, this is in the United States of America we're talking about here. I am taken aback, really quite taken aback, that they've allowed this. It's imperative that officials in the United States government agencies who repeatedly have placed the public at risk by repeatedly violating the existing policies be held accountable. So, pretty strong words there. What is going on with the regulation in the United States? Professor David Livermore from University of East Anglia in England, of course, given the strong likelihood that the COVID pandemic originated from an escape in a laboratory manipulated virus in Wuhan, okay, could well have done, these experiments seem profoundly unwise. English understatement, but when an Englishman, I don't know if his English is British anyway, I think, use the word profoundly, that really does mean profoundly. This is strong wording. Now, this research seems to have been carried out in Boston University National Emerging Infectious Disease Laboratory, one of 13 level 4 labs in the US. So think of one of these labs with people in sort of space suits, things with breathing pipes and all that kind of thing. But it may not be 100% secure. Now, this is the paper here. Role of the spike pathogen and Antigenic behaviour. So basically, antigen is the virus, and this is in the BA1 that they looked at here. Okay, it's a few months ago now. It's moved on, but it was just published last week. Boston University School of Medicine and other places. I'm not picking them out as the only one, but the work does seem to have been done in this Boston University's National